Okay, I think we're good now.
Test 1, 2. Got it?
Yeah, sorry
All right.
about that.
Do we need to kind of go back?
Yeah, you probably do, because I don't think we got any of that.
All right. Well,
Sorry
hey,
about that.
That's all right. That's not a problem. Hey, well, we'll start over here. We want to thank Craig Hall and the Hebrew Ledger for all their help and for hosting this weekly Facebook Hebrew Public Schools weekly update. This is, we're going to talk about some things where we're currently at. We want to thank the Wolf Nation.
Great. There's no sound.
Yeah, I got about 30 messages.
Yeah. And so here we go, and we got Miss Diane Cox, lower elementary. We got Jim Rowe, our athletic director, and we got Grant Rawls, our upper elementary principals here to help to discuss and kind of go over where we're at and kind of give you just that update. Diane, all right,
Okay.
you got to start over.
I'll start
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
Yes. Okay. The packets that the teacher sent home on Tuesday with the students, they do need to be brought back on Monday, and the teachers will check those things and make sure the children understood everything that they were doing in those packets. So be sure you return those every Monday when those are sent home on Tuesday. All of the lower elementary teachers have been contacting families and parents, and so if you have not heard from the classroom teacher, please contact us at the school. Because the parents have tried, and so, but there's some out there that they just have not been able to connect with. Maybe, they're at work or something else, but if you have not heard from the classroom teacher, please call the school so that we can connect you with that classroom teacher. The students that are brought to school, they need to come in through the main front door of the elementary building. Even if you let them out down the alley by the elementary building, we need them to come down the sidewalk and come in the front so that they can go through our temperature check before they go out to the playground. And Mr. Wilson was explaining, there's a gate back there that goes straight to the playground, and there's one on the other end on the east end of the building as well. But we want all students to go through the main elementary so that we can get their temperature checked before they get out back around the other kiddos and everything. And that's been going real well. That machine is just zooming them right through there, Mr. Wilson. Tuesday, every day it gets better and smoother.
Yeah.
So we're real happy to have those machines.
Yeah.
The other thing is, as we're progressing into doing our Google Meet, where that the students are going to be meeting with the teachers on the computers, parents need to understand that their children are meeting in the classroom. That is the same as them sitting in that classroom.
That's an extension of that classroom.
It
It's
is.
exactly what it is.
Yes, and any noise that is in the background, any talking, conversations, that gets picked up on those Chromebooks.
Mhm.
And so, sometimes, you can mute that mic, but like the teachers will want feedback from the students that's there. And so you need to be careful and if the dishwasher's going whatever, it makes it hard for those teachers and those kids to continue with their class with that kind of noise in the background. So just be very careful when we are doing our classrooms by the Google Meet.
In fact, we kind of recommend, I know that especially, of course it's new, this is all new
Yes.
to a lot of us, but some of our older high school kids, when they've been taking the concurrent classes, through colleges, and still be enrolled in high school, one of the recommendations that they've always been given is to find if you're doing it at home or if you're doing it, in your classroom, here at the school, they wanted you to find a quiet spot.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, a quiet spot, because that is actually an extension of the classroom during that particular time period. And so that helps alleviate, and that also just aids the student to be able to concentrate too, so,
Yes.
without distractions.
Yes, and then the last thing I have as of right now, I may think of something later, is that be sure that your child comes to school with a mask. We did real good those first 3 days, and then Tuesday we kind of got lax a little bit, but we had extra, and we've got the disposable masks too. But just make sure that your children do come with a mask. And actually, Mr. Wilson had some of our summer, I don't know, they're working under a program.
Right.
His daughters actually did this for us, and I was very appreciative because it would have taken me a long time to do it for all of my classes. But they bagged up for each class a package like this for the children. They have 2 masks in this, and every student will get a package of this to bring home on Monday.
Reusable masks.
They're reusable, they're very comfortable. Teachers and staff actually got them as well, and they are one of the most comfortable masks I've worn. And so they will have these, and they've been given the lanyards already, so it should be pretty easy to keep up with a mask and have a good mask for the day.
Good deal.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, do you want, we're gonna defer over here to Upper Elementary Principal Grant Rawls and Grant, and then we'll come back, because we got a few things on the athletic front we need to talk about.
First of all, let me tell you, it went real smooth. I mean, last week was really unbelievable. The kids have done an outstanding job of wearing their mask. I think they've totally, bought into the concept, and they have done a really, really good job. I'm real pleased with it. Also, as Mrs. Cox had said, you understand the background noise on these computers, so if there's music going on in the background, it's hard for the teacher to hear the student when they need to communicate, okay? Understand this is also new to us. We make mistakes, and, we're working with it, and we've had some parents, had contacted us and, and needing certain things, and, we'll get to it. Also remember, the whole staff is at work on Monday, Tuesday, this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're here. So if you need us, call us. So we're here to help you, and if there's something we need to get to you, or it's a need, then we'll see what we can to help everything we can, everything we can do to get to you. So like I said, if you have any questions, give us a call, and we'll do whatever we can to get things ready to go. So we're on the go. So hopefully one day we'll all be back in. So
That's
full
right.
time. So
That's right.
and we're looking at that. So
That's right. Good deal. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's go to Coach Rowe.
Okay, first I'd like to, thank our coaches, give kudos out to them they've done a great job. Our softball and all our coaches they having their kids wear a mask, and they've been practicing safety habits, and that's good to see. Want to remind everybody about football. We have our big home football game here Friday night, 7 o'clock. We play Rock Creek. If you came to the scrimmage, we were doing temperature checks, and also we were having you sign in. We're no longer going to have you sign in. We've got our new temperature scans, and you'll walk through, just take a quick temperature. It'll tell you if your temperature's good, and then you'll pay and go on in. So we ought to alleviate any kind of line, and if we have to, we'll use 2 lines to keep everybody going. We ask as you come in if you'll practice social distancing, and right now, I don't know if we'll have every other bleacher closed down. That way we can practice that. We encourage you to wear a mask. And probably one of the last things is that, with the money shortage, change shortage and all that, and the less we have to handle change and all that, it'd be better. Our gate will be $5 for adults, $3 for students. And we ask if at all possible, if you could bring correct change, that would really help out. And if you can't, we'll make it work. But we would love to see our bleachers full. Well, as much as safe as possible. Now, we also, I believe, if they won't bring their lawn chairs.
Well, that's what we're,
Yeah, they won't bring your lawn chairs. You may bring lawn chairs and sit around. We just ask that, make sure that they're flat, they have no indentations at the bottom, because we've got a great track and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah.
And Mr. Wilson, I think that's about it.
Well, let's just expand on that a little bit. We'll just start off with since we do have our first home football game this Friday night, tomorrow night. We should be some really good weather. We're excited to get the season started. It's it's really, to be honest with you, it's a blessing to, you know, to get to play. You know what I'm saying? Because here we are. You know, who would have thought back in March? You know, it may not even, you know, we may not even been looking at the season. You know what I'm saying? And so here we are. You know, and that's not the only season. We'll do a little bit more discussion here a little bit. But just about the football game protocol, okay? You know, yes, we've talked about, have the exact, the right amount of admission, okay? 3, 5, figure it up, if you've got, 2 kids, 2 adults, that just eases in that, kind of cutting back on, exchanging of money and things like that. So try to do that. Big thing though is, guys, is all right, we're going to do the temperature check, okay? We're going to do temperature checks. We've got those scanning kiosks, you know what I'm saying? Weather permitting, we may have one of them out there. We had one out there at the scrimmage. It worked really well. We've already learned that we can cut back on that paperwork. That's a good thing. We're going to have those temperature, I don't want to call them guns, but it's like, a temperature, it's a thermometer. Yeah, but what's it called? It's called touchless. Thank you. Yeah, touchless. And we're going to have some of them out there so we can facilitate the crowds going through there, okay? You just got to be careful. Just don't get in everybody's grill. Don't get in everybody's space. Just kind of, do the social distancing, okay? You look at the concession stand. The concession stand, it's an older concession stand. It's got one way in, one way out. Well, guess what? Okay, it's got several places where you can get a line. You know what I mean? Where you can, But that means that if they're all in there, we've got too many people in there at one time. So that's going to be scaled back to where there's going to be 2 lines spaced apart and only 3 people per line. And then outside, they can just, meander around or, whatever. If it's a line there, just social distance. But once we get inside that building, there's only going to be 3 people in that line, okay? For a total of 4 because you got one at the countertop. Does that make sense? Well, that's just another, you go to the restroom, okay? Restroom, men's restroom is going to have a capacity of 6. Women, I think, is 4. Is that what we looked at when they're 3 and in the sink? So, okay, I think it's 4. We'll double check that, but it's common sense things. You just don't want to congregate, and just over expand. Getting up there in the bleachers. You want to go sit in the bleachers, you go sit in the bleachers. If you can spread out, okay? Our band is actually going to be down on the track area on the south end because what we're trying to accomplish there is to give our fan base more room to spread out, okay? And so with that being said, Coach Rowe talked about, bringing your lawn chair. Yeah, you can bring a lawn chair. Don't bring one that's going to cut the track though, okay? Make sure it's one of them that's, that's got the knobs on it that will protect the track, okay? That's all we're asking. We want you to sit in that lawn chair. Now you can't sit down there right in the middle of the cheerleaders, on the track or anything like that. No, it's going to be back up towards where the concession area is and the curve up there. We don't want a whole bunch of people going down, on the south end of it down there. It kind of gets a little hard to police and take care of it. But on this north end up here, we can kind of, and then we got a little bit of grass area on the fences. Yeah, you want to hang out on the fence and visit and talk, that's fine. Spread out. That's all we're trying to do. We're wanting to be proactive. We want to mitigate this. This is all this is precautionary mitigation, not just to protect the school, it's to protect our community. This is a community event where everybody from 2 communities actually will be coming together, okay, to watch young men, watch young men and women from the high schools to get to play, compete against each other, cheer, and and all the great things that go with Friday night football, okay? But you don't want that to be something that's going to turn into where, so mitigation, that's what we're doing. We're putting all these protocols in to mitigate. That way, trying to be as safe as we can. Not just for our kids, yes, for our kids, but not just for our kids, it's for our communities. And it's not just for the Heebner community, it's for the Rock Creek community. They're coming in, they're traveling down. One thing that we've noticed, our conference, this visiting team, they're not bringing their band. They won't have their band. Our conference is not going to, when we play on the road, they won't be a band. Our conference is going to that. They don't want the band. That just cuts back on a bunch of people. It cuts down on the load, and stuff. So anyway. So that's a little bit of that protocol there that we're looking at, okay? Excuse me. So with that being said, that's kind of where we're headed, you know, on the athletic front, getting ready for, you know, tomorrow night. We're looking forward to it. We're excited, and we want to get going and stuff. So, staying kind of on the athletic front, want to give a big shout out to our Lady Wolves. 3 wins this week. That's pretty good, and I think they're got a game at Gans today. So we want to wish them the best of luck. We're excited about that. Also, a big shout out to our cross country, high school and junior high cross country. They're on the road at a cross country meet. I believe it's in Tahlequah. Is that correct? Yeah. In Tahlequah. So those activities, we're still trying to get those activities and still trying to keep our kids safe and all together. So anyway, so we've talked a little bit about the athletic front, and that was a little bit further down in my notes that I had for presentation. So let's just kind of move on here. Big thing is, we're currently in our 2 days of we're in person on Monday and Tuesday, and then we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where we kind of transition over into the distance learning. Okay, now our virtual kids, they're virtual Monday through Friday. Okay, those kids are online. They're doing virtual. They're Monday through Friday. But the traditional kids, the in-person kids, when they're here on Monday, they transition over to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to the distance learning. Remember, that's for 3 weeks. Okay, that runs through September the 11th. Is that right? Isn't that right? September
Yes.
the 11th. We are in the process. We started today with our administrative leadership team. Is now we're starting to look to see what is it going to take, where are we going to go, how's it going to affect us. We're past the 3 weeks. What are we going to do past the 3 weeks? That's what we're looking at. A lot of that has to do with that COVID-19 state map, that county alert map, and that's where we're talking about mitigation. For the communities and for your counties. We're still in that orange. And so it did drop. It went from 24 so many cases for the county, 24 down to 22, and so in order to get back to yellow, it's got to go down to 14, and so that's their numbers and their mathematical computations that they use. So we're still monitoring that. So that's why we implemented this. We wanted to see where we were going to go and how it's going to affect. And listen, we know that there's no there's no magical solution. You just got to work it every day. You got to monitor your health. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your temperature screening. That's all of us. That's not just for kids. That's for all of us. That's for all of us. Have your mask. We'll come back to that in a minute. So anyway, what does the plan possibly look like? Are we going to get to go back in full session? Man, we hope so. Okay. But how are we going to get there? Well, we got to pay attention to that color code, that map, the number of cases, and so that's where we're kind of headed there. All right. While we're on the distance learning, okay, when we've got the 2 days we're here, kids eat breakfast, they eat lunch. In tradition, okay. While they're here, Monday, Tuesday, they eat breakfast, they eat lunch. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you still can eat, okay, but we're going to be able to use our buses to deliver meals. There's a schedule that was posted, I believe, on the school Facebook page, okay? And we'll see if we can also get that information out on our website. But that distribution schedule is for Wednesday, where you're going to get 2 meals Wednesday, 2 meals for Thursday, and 2 meals for Friday. On Wednesday, you're going to get those 6 meals on Wednesday. Is that?
Yes.
Am I making that plain? Okay. You get 6 meals on that Wednesday. Okay. So when we do that, we want y'all to eat. We want our kids to be fed. Okay. So now, if you want to come to the school and get them, you can do the drive-through. They've got the grab and go there. Okay. That's a 2 thumbs up. We're excited about that. But just because we're out of school doesn't mean that meal option has stopped. Now, let me preface this. Okay. You have to be enrolled as a Heavner student to get a meal from us during the school year. You have to be a Heavner student enrolled at Heavner Public Schools for us to be able to give you a meal, okay? That's not our rule. That's the USDA rule, and that's the one we have to go by. It's a little bit different in the summertime. Anybody, that was under 18 years old, but they changed that. So, and that's always been like that. But it's a difference between the summer feeding program and the school national lunch program. But that's what I'm saying. Now, when you get that on that bus, there's going to have to be somebody that's going to sign off on it. You know what I'm saying? That says that you are a student at Heber, or this is the parent of a student at Heber, okay? And then they're going to double check it because this is part of the auditing. But anyway, we need you to take a look at the schedule. We need you to be ready. Take a look at that schedule, be ready, and guess what? We want you to eat the food. Get that food. That's what it's for. We want our kids, okay? We want our kids to be fed, all right? And it don't matter how old you are, if you're in high school, we want you to eat too, okay? We want you to eat. All right, so I think we've got that, and I think I touched on it a little bit, the difference between virtual kids or, traditional kids and how they transition over into the digital learners and then also the remote learners, okay? So that's I wanted to make sure that we touched on that. And so, and then one of the last things, you notice that we put out on, Facebook, reminding students, remind, parents, remind your kids, pass this on, text it out, send a tweet, do something, but you gotta remember to log on to Clever. It doesn't matter whether you're a pre-K kiddo or you're a high school kiddo. Okay, when we are, if you're doing it, when we go to those transition days, when we go to digital learning, when we go to the remote learning, distance learning, whatever you want to call it, when you're doing that, you can still log into Google. That's fine, do it. But you do the Clever. You log on to Clever first, okay? Because Clever catches it all. We want Clever. We want you to log into Clever. Everybody out there in Facebook land, go with me. Say it. I can almost hear you say it. Log on to Clever. All right? We want you to log on. That's what we got to have. That's big, guys. If you don't take nothing else out of this Facebook Live today, every student, when we are on those Wednesday, Thursdays, those digital learning days, those those distant learning days, remote learning days, whatever you want to call it, that is when we are going to log into Clever. Now, your teacher may want you to log into it on Monday and Tuesday as well. Log into it. It don't matter. Log into it every day. We're for it. But we got to have it. You got to log in. Don't let me down. We got to have it. That's important, guys. I'm telling you, that's big time important. All right? And so, and then let me just close here a little bit. This is something I was just thinking about as we were going through, and where we've been and what we've been. It's been a change, you know what I'm saying? You've heard me say this, from the beginning, the schools that we walked back into in August, they're definitely different than the school we walked out of, March the 16th on spring break. All right? That's different. We know that. But let me tell you something that's not different. What's not been different has been the caring faculty, the caring teachers, the caring administrators, the caring custodians, the caring cafeteria staff. All those heroes that we have right here, that's right, heroes, okay? Those that care about your kids. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. That's been more evident in a 5-month period. It's been more evident, okay? Where else can you go and you can get food? Where else can you go that you can get mental health? You can get counselors. You can get guidance counselors, okay? Where else can you go? You can get a school resource officer that keeps your kids safe. You can get a quality education. You got activities. You got extracurricular activities. You can get it right here. That's where you get it at. And you get it with a group of people that care about you and a group of people that's willing to sacrifice and take care of your kids. All right? A lot of heroes right here. I work with a lot of heroes. I'm one of the most lucky individuals that's on this planet in eastern Oklahoma because of where I work and who I work with. And it makes me awful proud to be able to say that. So that's my closing thought. I just wanted everybody to know that, You know, we got a lot of heroes here. Craig, we got any questions out there?
No, it's
No.
not, don't have any today.
All right. Well, hey, Wolf Nation, we're just going to leave you with one more of our catchy hashtags. It's hashtags. Let me just tell you this. What is it, guys? Hashtag
Mask up.
Mask
wolves.
up wolves.
Mask Up Wolves. That's right. Hashtag Mask Up Wolves. I asked that question today. Told them, I said, first one that can get this right when we're doing our virtual administrative leadership team meeting. I said, first one to get this right, I want to get one of them nutrition teas. I'll buy them a tea for our next meeting. Man, every one of them got it right. I gotta buy every one of them a tea. You know what I'm saying? Which is good though, because that's kind of our little motto right now that we're going by, that we're facilitating out. Hashtag Mask Up Wolves, all right? Why is it? Because we're trying to mitigate, protect our school, yes, and we're also trying to protect our community, all right? Hey, we appreciate everybody out there in Wolfland, Wolf Nation, all right? Thanks, Craig, at the Heber Ledger, and that's it. That's all we got. Did you have anything else?